While Valerian was tons of style with little substance, Atomic Blonde is both style and substance. When I first heard the movie, I kind of chalked it up to being a gender-swapped John Wick. Not that we haven't had female action movies before, we have. It's just this came across in a way that made me think of that property. It is and it isn't. While the badass expert assassin concept is there, the world surrounding this version is quite different. The movie takes place in 1989 at the end of the Cold War, right before the Berlin Wall came down. Charlize Theron plays Lorraine Broughton, a spy for MI6 trying to take down a series of bad guys involved in the death of an undercover agent. She's being interviewed by her superiors and going over what happened the past few weeks. Wow, did I love this. This kind of movie has been done before, but not this stylistically. While it is color corrected to be an oppressive gray, there's doses of neon blue and pink all over that really stand out. The soundtrack was perfect and probably the best use of music this side of Baby Driver. The songs were all excellent choices, from 99 Luft Balloons to Dear Commissar. The music fit the scene it was in, and if it was an action sequence, they edited along flawlessly. The action in this floored me. With most modern action films, you get tons of close-ups of the action and a bazillion edits. With this, we had long, well-choreographed fights that weren't edited with a wood chipper. There's one part late in the film where there's this huge, minutes-long tracking shot. I didn't take my eyes off the screen the whole time. I was stunned. It was beautiful. It's so rare, especially in a bigger production like this. Charlize Theron was terrific. She pulled off the badass agent, and I never once questioned it, or thought that they switched to stunt doubles for fights. Oh, I'm sure there were stunt doubles in there somewhere, but so much of the action happened where you could tell it was the actress. Unless they did digital face replacement, I don't know how they could have done some of the fights. James McAvoy killed it once again. He was a wonderfully over-the-top agent, playing both sides of the fence. If I had to say anything bad about the film, it's that being a spy movie, you already know what's going to happen. Double crosses, triple crosses, quadruple crosses. Still, even knowing this, there were a few twists that happened that I was not expecting. The movie was based off the graphic novel The Coldest City, which I didn't know until the beginning of the movie when they proudly announced it in the credits. It's really nice to see some non-superhero comics getting the big screen treatment. Initially, I didn't care for the title, Atomic Blonde, but after seeing the film, I think it fits. It captures the 80s vibe, and this movie seeps 80s. It's a film that shows what it's like to be a movie based in the 80s, instead of a movie about the 80s. The look and feel are genuine, the soundtrack is on point, and we don't get inundated with a ton of references to things that happened at the time. Sort of the, remember, this is the 80s. Instead, they just establish the time and tell the story. I looked into it, and no wonder the action was so good. It's directed by David Leitch, a stuntman turned director, who, not surprisingly, did some work on John Wick. I hope this does well, because I want to see more of this character. I also want to see more from the director. And I will! He's doing Deadpool 2! This is great news! Atomic Blonde was a delight! I did not expect this to be half as good as it was. I thought it would be your average spy action film with an 80s coat of paint, but man was I wrong. The action, the soundtrack, and especially Charlize Theron kept me smiling and cheering the entire film. Don't miss this in the theaters, it's an absolute blast.